Hello, loves. Today I was guided to do something else different. I was told I needed to do a reading, but not on what, and that I should use the Healing with the Fairies deck to kind of set the tone for the reading that I'm doing. So we're going to start by reading this card. Quiet time. You need some time alone, away from other people and environmental noises. Even a brief respite would be extremely rejuvenating for you. Sometimes we're not even cognizant of the detrimental impact of stress in our life. We become so accustomed to living in an uproar that we're not aware when our body is telling us that it's on overload. The symptoms include illness, unusual fatigue, depression or anxiety, appetite and weight issues, addictions, sleep disorders, irritability, and a desire to withdraw from life. By drawing this card, you are being asked to honor your body and soul by spending some quiet time alone as soon as possible. This might mean going on a silent retreat, spending the day at a lake, beach, or in the mountains, taking a hike or visiting a day spa. You could even turn off your phone, put a do not disturb sign on your door, and take an afternoon nap, a long bubble bath, or read your favorite book. Regardless of the form that your quiet time takes, the fairies just ask that you keep this promise to yourself without delay. Your affirmation. I now give myself permission to be silent, within and without. My mind is quiet and I enjoy my own company. I now give myself permission to be silent within and without. My mind is quiet and I enjoy my own company. I now give myself permission to be silent within and without. My mind is quiet and I enjoy my own company. I feel like this card is very powerful and relevant for a lot of people with everything going on in the world right now. With this guidance, we are going to do a more detailed reading using the Light Seers Tarot. In order to save some time, I went ahead and I shuffled and got the cards ready to go. I did a 3-card spread in relation to the Healing with the Fairies Quiet Time card and the 3 questions that I posed. For number 1 is the underlying issue. The second is the best course of action. And the third are caution, things that you need to be mindful of and be cautious with. So again, we're going to start with the King of Pentacles, and this is the underlying issue. Overflowing material abundance, patience and determination, a confident and warm leader providing for others, comfort, security, personal growth, goals reached, prosperity, and success. This could also be obsessing over riches, seeking status, greed, a need to balance the material with the spiritual. Exuding warmth, the King of Pentacles welcomes you into his study for a heartfelt conversation about life. He's worked the fields, met his soulmate, found wealth, and now he looks out over his dream manifested as he offers you one of the tarot's most potent messages of forthcoming abundance and prosperity. The most important thing to be done is to enjoy it all, sweet seer. Enjoy every lesson, challenge, failure, and success. He reminds you to get clear on where you want to be, to plan and envision. There is manifesting power in the longing and so much joyful expansion as you bring your greatest potential into existence. Happiness happens when you do better than the last time. And in the pursuit of personal growth, allow yourself the extravagance of desire. The rest is a consequence of faith, steady habits, and the courage to cultivate enormous dreams. Dream your biggest light to life. I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. I have a lot of messages coming through on this card, and I'm just trying to organize them a bit in my head. So again, this was the underlying issue. So I see that a lot of you are spreading yourself a little too thin, and you're not doing it from a state of joy or hope or faith. It's coming from more of a place of desiring something quickly, trying to force a situation, pleasing others, but in a way that you believe will ultimately serve you. And just also, for some of you, it's more the case that you just keep giving. You are that warmth. You are that spot that everyone wants, which is great. That is a beautiful feeling. I know it very well. But if you do not stop and look at what you're doing, again, he mentions intent, looking, knowing where you want to go, having a plan, and evaluate everything you do in that plan. Not that you cannot do nice things, but do it in a way that it's also restorative to you. Learn to say no sometimes, or not now. Carve out that time. Put yourself on a calendar. Have a plan. You need to think about your life, what you want, truly what you want, not what you think you want, but what you desire for like your day to day, what your mornings are going to look like when you wake up. How is your day going to progress in your ideal world? Really envision it. And with every decision that you make, you need to refer back to that and see if that contributes or not. And while we often do need to do things, or we choose, not need, we choose to do things that don't 100% align. They have to fit our overall goal. And they have to honor us and our boundaries and our self-care. I can't stress enough how important that is. So please take a real solid look at your life, where you are now, and what you want, and figure out if it's really getting you there. Because if you're going 100 miles a minute and you're burning yourself in every direction trying to achieve, you're headed in the wrong direction because you haven't really thought about how your actions are going to actually contribute, but you just enjoy the feeling of being busy. It's not going to get you where you need to go. So really evaluate your choices, your actions. Think about what you truly want, and then revisit how you move, how you act, what you do. Allow yourself that rest, that quiet time right now. Go inward, dream, write a plan, even if it's just in your head. Next, we're going to look at this card in the center, the wheel. And this is your best course of action. Changes, fate, destiny, a lucky break, cycling up through karmic lessons, the chaos of creation, a turning point, serendipity. On the flip side, misfortune, karma, a need to relinquish control, the ups and downs of life, the inevitability of change, an unexpected setback, balance. Get ready, sweet soul, for the wheel is about to gift you divine blessings. Synchronicity is afoot, so look for wonderful new opportunities to propel your life ahead. Be prepared for fortuitous meetings or a fork in the path that will change everything for the better. If you're open to spotting opportunity, it's yours for the taking. Just follow the breadcrumbs of serendipity and fate towards your happy ending. Remember that the wheel is always spinning and that things are never the same as they were before. Learn to enjoy this constant regeneration and know that with every spin, we have the chance to cycle upward toward our own expansion and enlightenment. Trying to control the outcome of the Wheel of Fortune would prove to be impossible, so don't. Grab your lucky dice and see the spinning of the wheel for what it really is. All the beauty of a lifetime of experiences waiting to spring forth and be lived. I allow the transformative energies of fate help me to expand my experience. I allow the transformative energies of fate help me to expand my experience. I allow the transformative energies of fate help me to expand my experience. Neutrality of life. It's a key term that's come through from God, Source Creator, almost my whole life. Everything in this world is truly neutral. When something happens in our space, when we create something, overall, it's a neutral event. We, with our human minds and our logic, decide to assign a value, positive or negative. Any of you who know my story would look back at the last 6 months and think, wow, that was a terrible thing. No. Everything I have been through, every single occurrence, while there weren't emotions about it, and it's not like I flew through it like an eagle. I have a human emotions, right? And I felt all of them. But I just kept returning to the fact that it's neutral and trusting and surrendering to God, Source Creator. Trusting that it was all for my best and not allowing the perceptions of others. Endometrial cancer, that's awful. No, it's really not. I mean, it's neutral. I'm not going to look at it as awful. I'm going to choose to view it as something that I know is ultimately going to be so amazing for my life. And it was. I have never felt more fertile or creative, and all the other things that happened to me the same. So remember, your perception, how you show up in your mind matters. How you receive, how you allow yourself to view the events that occur in your life are important. And sometimes we need to just step back, feel your emotions. I'm not saying toxic positivity is a thing that you should be doing at all. Feel your emotions, but don't live there too long. And also just remember, ultimately return to the fact it's neutral. Feel what you feel. Go back to remembering it's neutral. What do you want to make this? How do you want to shift this in your space? How do you want to surrender and show up? This card is telling you it's a wheel. Life is a wheel. There's good, there's bad. Again, perceptions of good and bad. Truly, it's all neutral. But if you want to assign a perception to things, it's always a balance. So just move through it. Just keep moving, trusting, feeling, allowing, and receiving. A big thing in this card is also enjoying. You see how her arms are stretched out. She's on the top of this wheel and it's spinning look at it going up. She's got white and black representative of the, dark and the light. Everything and every moment has dark and light. Embrace them both. Embrace them both, because neither is truly inherently good or bad. It's just dark or light. We would never recognize light without the dark. So embrace it, whatever it is, just embrace it. Allow yourself to embrace it with joy, knowing it's part of your journey, you're elevating. This is a beautiful card. Again, that's your best course of action. And this third card here, Eight of Swords. This was a caution card, what to be mindful of so that you can avoid additional unnecessary challenges. as you journey through your path. Feeling stuck, a time to open your eyes, to unveil the truth, having more options than you thought, an opportunity to let go of an old story. Flip side, being a victim, feeling helpless, using your stories or past experiences as excuses to remain shackled. This is a gentle reminder that you create your reality. Look beyond the veil of illusions that your current limitations are projecting. If you're feeling trapped with no path forward, remember that this too is a perspective that can be lifted. When you choose sovereignty over victimhood, you become the fierce wielder of choice. You can free yourself from your shackles and shift your outcome dramatically by accepting that you are the one person who is responsible for your happiness. Create infinite portals of possibility by becoming the solution. We are never really stuck. Nurture your soul and spend the time you need to transmute any feelings of helplessness. While we can't control every experience that is put on our path, we can definitely work on how we respond to each one. Let go of the old stories and be vigilant of any wallowing, low vibe thoughts that you may be holding on to. Reframe your experiences as lessons and choose to heal. I am free to choose my healing and my light. I am free to choose my healing and my light. I am free to choose my healing and my light. This card tying into the last. Be cautious. Be cautious of painting yourself in any particular way. There is no victim in this life. Yes, things happen that put you in a situation of a victim at times, but even in that being a victim, how you perceive it is important. In college, I was at a nightclub with my friends and this guy wouldn't leave me alone. And he wanted to buy me a drink, and I just thought, right, okay, if I just tell him yes, he'll never find me again. It was so crowded. I'm on the dance floor with my girls, and he comes with a shot, and I'm like, no, I'm not really drinking tonight. And he just like kind of wouldn't let it go, and I allowed myself to succumb to the pressure, and I took the shot. And the last thing I remember clearly is grabbing my friend on my way out and holding onto her hand and looking into her eyes, and just, that was it. Then I don't remember. And then I came to again with this man on top of me. Turns out, after a very long night, I discovered he had used Rufinol, roofies. Now I'm 47. So this was, I want to say, 1998, I believe. Don't quote me on the year, 97, 98. It wasn't really something you heard about. Now you hear about it everywhere. And when I was at the hospital getting a rape kit, the nurse said to me, I think you've been drugged with this thing called Rufinol. And I was like, what is it? She explained. And I said, what makes you think that? And she said to me, well, you're not the first person. This is going around right now with a lot of the college students. And I was like, wow, people at my school too? Because there's a lot of schools where this was. She said, yeah. So they did the blood test. And sure enough, I popped for Rufinol. And I was a little angry that this drug that you couldn't taste was being used, and my campus, my college, was doing nothing. Not a sign, not a poster, not even a bulletin. Warning people of this. Nothing. So I decided, right, this is awful that this happened. And I really would have preferred to have not been raped and drugged. But you know what? I'm strong. I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm going to scream it from the mountaintops across campus. And all of my friends joined me. And we made posters and signs, and we spoke at events, and everyone we talked to, we spread awareness, because I was not going to sit there and be silent or feel ashamed. I did nothing wrong. And I was going to make others aware. Cover your drink. Don't take drinks from anyone else. This is something that's going on right here. It's not something in fairyland. This is real. So it's perspective, and it's what we choose. There is always a choice. In every moment, you can find a reason to be a victim or not. That's your perception. So be cautious. Be cautious how you view the world. Be cautious how you move in the world. Be cautious of how you handle your challenges. Thank you all so much. I hope that this reading has clarified things for you. And know that no matter when you're watching this or hearing this, it is the absolute right time. I love you all, even if I don't know you, from the very depths of my being. Thank you so much.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.